It wasn't big because he didn't get a chance to spend none of his money. Craig Mack got thrown out the label. Who is we? Black Rob didn't get a chance to spend none of his money.
Nothing happened, no money. So I stopped recording. I said, I'm not gonna be an idiot and sit here and do all this stuff for everybody.
However he got it, he used it and made millions off of it that helped him be a billionaire. And then he gonna give them back with nothing in the tank.
The glitz and glam of hip-hop stardom. Behind it all often lies drama, tension, and, well, the ever so critical issue of money. Take the rift between Sean Diddy Combs and Craig Mack, for instance. It wasn't just a minor tiff. It was a full-blown financial battle that shook the pillars of the legendary Bad Boy Records.
Craig wanted his money for his music.
It all started with Gene Deal's shocking revelation that pulled back the curtain on the near confrontation between Diddy and Craig Mack. Deal let the world know that the tipping point was all about that cheddar. Yes, you heard it right. It was a squabble over cash that almost pushed the two giants to the brink.
And that was it. Be honest with it. And he can't be honest with it.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. It was Craig Mack himself who fired the first public salvo when he exclaimed, "Nothing happened, no money." His halt in recording activities at the time wasn't just an artistic hiatus. It was a bold protest, rooted in his growing discontent over his financial compensation from Bad Boy Records. But wait, there's more. Rumors swirled that Mack wasn't just making a statement, he was also risking his safety. Unnamed sources suggest that Mack's bold stance may have even led to threats against him, something Diddy has vehemently denied. It's hard to say where the truth lies, but this muddied the waters even more in the Diddy Mack saga. But let's rewind a little. Do you remember Craig Mack's Flava in your ear? Of course you do. That platinum hit didn't just put Mack on the map. It also served as a launchpad for Bad Boy Records and introduced us to Diddy and the soon-to-be legend Notorious B.I.G. Despite being label mates, Mack and Biggie had a relationship best described as complicated. Rumor has it that Mack's growing reluctance to align with Diddy's vision led to discord not just between him and Diddy, but also strained relations with Biggie.
Scariest situation of my life because of the level of power that we had.
It could have gone really bad.
Now we've got an insider scoop. According to a source close to the situation, financial discrepancies within Bad Boy Records have been a long-standing issue, affecting not just Mack, but also other artists. Our source indicates that the exploitation of artists, especially financially, isn't unique to the Diddy-Mack relationship, but has been a broader issue within the label. This puts an even darker shade on Mack's eventual departure from Bad Boy, leading us to wonder how many others have felt similarly isolated or exploited. All right, drama lovers, hold on to your seats as we delve deeper into the labyrinth of hip-hop feuds and how the storm relationship between Diddy and Craig Mack played out, turning from professional disputes to personal vendettas. And like any good soap opera, there are guest stars. Enter Suge Knight. In a strategic play to further his rivalry with Diddy, Suge Knight-eyed an opportunity to pull Mack over to his side. With MC Hammer in his ear, Knight tried to sway Mack, viewing him as the perfect piece to his ever-growing empire. But fate, being the unpredictable force it is, took a dark turn. Tupac's untimely and tragic demise, followed by Knight's own run, ends with the law and eventual incarceration, threw a massive wrench into these plans. Just when it seemed Mack could be the newest jewel in Death Row's crown, everything came crashing down.
Now, I didn't hear anything about that, but I knew that Craig Mack was going to sign to Death Row. He was going to be their first artist on Death Row East.
Yet, as the dust settled from his tumultuous career in hip-hop, Mack began a new journey. Driven by personal strife and the weight of industry pressures, Mack found solace in spirituality. He aligned himself with the Overcomer Ministry, a religious group not without its controversies. Some argue that Mack sought a haven from the fierce battles of his past, while others whisper about the ministry's questionable practices. He found something more significant than the fame and the bling. An insider close to Mack revealed, hinting at the profound impact the ministry had on his life. However, even as he sought inner peace, the shadows of his financial struggles persisted. Despite being one of the pioneers of Bad Boy Records, Mack often found himself on the receiving end of shortchanged deals, constantly battling to get his rightful due. One can't help but recall the heart-wrenching interview where Mack alluded to settling for peanuts, even when he was worth so much more. There were times, one industry insider claimed, when Mack felt he was selling his soul, not for fame, but just to keep the lights on. As the music world mourned the loss of the legendary Craig Mack, the ripple effects of his tumultuous relationship with Bad Boy Records and its frontman, Diddy, persisted even after his untimely passing. The memorial service, meant to be a solemn occasion, was marred with controversy. Enter DJ Scratch, who voiced what many were whispering in hushed tones. He openly discussed Diddy's generous offer to fund the entire funeral, a gesture that was surprisingly declined by the Overcomer Ministry, the religious group Mack had deeply aligned with in his later years. But the story doesn't end there. As attendees looked around during the service, eyebrows were raised at the glaring absence of many high-profile celebrities, particularly those from the Bad Boy family. A source close to the situation whispered there's more to the absentee list than meets the eye. Some stayed away, not out of neglect, but because of underlying tensions, unresolved issues, and the overwhelming emotion of it all. Perhaps the most significant absence was Diddy himself. Fans and critics alike took to social media to air their grievances. "Where's Puff?" became a trending topic, drawing attention to the strained relationship between the mogul and the late rapper. Diddy, not one to remain silent, took to his platforms to explain that health reasons kept him away, but his respect and admiration for Mack remained undiminished. Yet, skeptics pointed out the glaring disconnect between Diddy's recent praises for Mack and the long-standing grievances that Mack had voiced during his life. Then there's the ever-present, enigmatic shadow of the Overcomer Ministry. Just how much influence did they wield in Mack's life, especially when it came to the decisions surrounding his memorial? The relationship between celebrities and spiritual groups isn't uncommon. With the pressures of fame, many seek solace in such communities. Yet, the decisions made by the Overcomer Ministry concerning Mack's service raised more questions than they answered. The public's reaction, a tumultuous mix of grief, confusion, and criticism. Fans grieved for the artist whose tracks had provided the soundtrack for many of their lives. Others were left questioning the authenticity of tributes pouring in from those who had seemingly wronged Mack during his lifetime. And, as with all things celebrity, there were consequences. Insiders have hinted that the revelations surrounding Mack's demise and Diddy's relationship with him may have led to hesitations in some of Bad Boy Records' partnerships and projects.
So he gotta look good going into it, because right now, in the public's eye, he don't look that good, bro.
While the whispers surrounding Bad Boy Records' partnerships echoed in the music community's hallways, a more poignant question arose. Could there ever be reconciliation between Diddy and the legacy Craig Mack left behind? Time, often a healer, has seen many old wounds mend in the industry, and Diddy's newfound respect for Mack's contributions hint at a possibility of bridging that gap. Fans and critics alike have speculated about potential tributes, perhaps an album release or even a memorial concert in Mack's honor. Such endeavors could serve as a testament to the imprint Mack has left on the hip-hop landscape.
He's saying we, bad boy we. No, it's bad boy you.
However, the Diddy Mack saga isn't just about two figures. It's a mirror reflecting deeper, systemic issues in the music industry. This conflict will undoubtedly be bookmarked in hip-hop's annals, reminding artists of the potential pitfalls of managerial relationships. As rapper Ice Cube once commented, the Diddy and Mack situation, man, it's a lesson. Always know your worth, always read that fine print. Such sentiments reverberate amongst artists, emphasizing the importance of ensuring contractual fairness and financial rights, a conversation Craig Mack inadvertently reignited. Of course, where there's conflict, rumors aren't far behind. The streets are abuzz with speculations, each murkier than the last. From allegations of unreleased Mack tracks in Diddy's vaults to whispered tales of other artists sharing Mack sentiments, the gossip mill is in overdrive. Veteran hip-hop journalist Angie Martinez weighed in, noting, "The Diddy-Mack feud, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much we don't know, so many stories untold. But what does the future hold? Diddy's decision to return music rights might just be the spark that ignites a change in the industry. Perhaps other labels will follow suit, ushering in a new era of artist empowerment. But as is the nature of the music world, today's hot topic can be tomorrow's old news."
So for you, you don't think it's genuine. You think Puffy is just doing it for his image.
There's no telling if more insiders will come forward or if this chapter, filled with its share of beats and breaks, will slowly fade into the background. One thing's for sure, the music might stop, but the echoes of its stories linger on. And as we wrap up this deep dive into one of hip-hop's most intriguing conflicts, remember, in the world of beats, bars, and business, there's always more than meets the eye. Navigating the YouTube realm, fan opinions shed light on the Diddy Mack saga, adding layers to the tale. Firstly, one user opined Puff giving them back their publishing. Now that he's completely drained, the value is a pure stunt. Is Diddy truly attempting to rectify past wrongs, or is this just a well-calculated move to pacify a restless fan base? Another fan expressed their dismay, remarking, "It's sickening to see how Diddy got rich on the backs of other people's talent, hosting wildly extravagant parties while some of his artists were struggling, and then to hear him talk about black empowerment. His hypocrisy knows no bounds." This comment delves into the juxtaposition of Diddy's luxurious lifestyle against the backdrop of artists like Craig Mack facing financial challenges. A rather poignant observation was made by a user who stated, "Everyone under Puff either ends up looking for religion or perishing, or eventually both. Yet Puff is alive and getting richer off other people." With the tragic fates of Biggie and now the narrative around Mack, the comment underscores a pattern that many fans are wary of. Finally, echoing a collective nostalgia, one fan lamented, "All these guys could still be alive doing good music or mentoring artists. But no, selfish people have to take more than their share." It's a comment filled with what ifs, pondering on the potential that was lost, the music that could have been made, and the mentorship that the next generation was deprived of. As we wrap up this deep dive into the tumultuous world of hip-hop relationships, what's your take on the Diddy and Mack saga? How do you feel about the fan perspectives we've shared? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Did this insight change the way you view these hip-hop icons? Let us know. Until next time, keep the conversation alive and let your voice be heard.